Hey there, course 3. In lesson 11, we're working with percents and fractions, going from percent to fraction, and then later from fraction to percent, and then applying both to a word problem. Okay? Maybe you've learned some of this before. We'll find out. First of all, going left to right here, 1%, write it as a fraction. Okay? Remember percent, I think about 100 with cent, like century. So per 100, whenever I hear per, I think about the fraction bar, like miles per hour. So when I say percent, I'm really saying per 100. So you can even read per 100 in place of the percent sign to get what you need. I say 1 per 100. That's the fraction version. 10%. 10 per 100. So we just, in a way, we replace this percent sign with the denominator 100. Okay? So you just write your 100 underneath these. Now this one's an interesting one, right? 100 per 100 reduced is 1. Anything over itself is 1. 100% is really demonstrating that we've got a full single whole. One whole. We probably want to make sure we've reduced this one too, so it's 1/10. Crossed out the zeros that match top and bottom. 1/10. Okay, how about fraction to percent? Like 1/4. One way to do that, if it's easy, like 1/4 or 3/5, is to think, well, what's the denominator? It's going to be 100 to get to percent, right? Per 100 means 100 for denominator. And then you just think in your head or write it out. Then what does the numerator become? 25. Right? Multiply top and bottom by the same amount, which was 25. And then we know what per 100 means. We can take this part out, this part, and just use the symbol. 25% is 1/4. 3/5, we're trying to get to percent, so it's per 100. What did I multiply to get to 100? This was 20. So this is also multiplied by 20. What do I get? 60 per 100, 60%. Now, not every number is as easy to quickly do mentally. Like we have here, 2/3. Okay, there isn't an even multiplier from 3 to 100. So to just write equals what is 3 times, 3 times what is 100, it's not a very even, not a simple way to do it. So you can do that. It's quicker if the number is even. But with 2/3, another way to think is to multiply, right? And then multiply by 100%. 100 over 1. So not per 100 now. Not equals per 100, but times 100%. And what does that equal? 200 times 100 is 200%. 3 times 1 is 3. And then the fraction bar implies that we are dividing. That means divide. So 200 divided by 3. Again, it's not going to be super pretty. 3 goes into 20 6 times. Back into 20 6 times. And that's just going to keep going, isn't it? I think that's a 6th. Is this going to be 6 repeating? No, not 1/6. I guess, and 2/3, right? And that was times a percent. So the answer is shown as a mixed number. We don't want to leave it as an improper. We start as an improper, right? We multiplied to get 200 over 3, but then we want to show the answer as a mixed number, 66 2/3%. 3/8. Again, doesn't go into 100 evenly. So we times by 100 on top percent, 1 on the bottom. So the bottom is 8. The top is 300. We don't want to leave it there. Now we want to make it into a mixed number. 8 into 300 fits 3 times. And then 7 times. 6 over 8 reduces to 37 and 3/4%. Answer. Okay, we can apply this to word problems such as 40% of the 30 students rode the bus. How many is that? How many students? Okay. Convert 40% to a fraction, 40 over 100. Reduce that to 2/5. 2/5 is the lowest terms version of 40%. That's 2/5 of 30, which means times 30. So you get 60 over 5. And how do we solve that? How do we get that down so it's a 1 on the bottom? We divide. 60 divided by 5 is 12 students. What if we go from fraction to percent? A quart is what percent? What percent? Well, a quart is 1/4 of a gallon, if we know our measures. So then we just have to turn 1/4 into a percent. How did we do that? If the denominator goes in nice and even, then we just go equals per 100. And that took 25 times. So 25%. You'll get that memorized though. 1/4 is 25%, right? Okay. So for practice, pick one from each section, please. That would be a total of 4. Thank you.